All right. So, hi everyone. Very good evening to all of you. I hope everyone is good. So, this is another session of daily PIB where we try to take into consideration 4 to 5 news and then we try to decode that. Today's first date of December month. This is the last month, and I hope that the entire preparation goes in a very smooth manner, goes in a very perfect manner also. So, this is just the new beginnings of this particular month, right? So, with the new beginnings, we are going to start with the first news, which is specifically on the facility that has been specifically of Saffron's SAESC has been inaugurated here. Now, when I specifically talk about this first global MRO facility, this is specifically for maintenance and repair of aircrafts here. And why it is special? Because it is going to be there in India. So just try to consider it as equivalent to maybe aircrafts or hospitals, right? जहाँ पे वो बाहर जाते थे ट्रीटमेंट करवाने, अब क्या होगा कि यहीं पे ही रह के they will try to get their treatment done. So it is going to save a lot of cost of India. Okay. Next says basic animal husbandry statistics 2025 has been released. Yes, it is also very important from the examination perspective. One direct question can be asked in the paper, right? Along with that, if people get a question on maybe farming and maybe your lead activities also, agriculture and lead activities also, you can mention this there, right? You can clearly mention this there. Okay, hi Shraddha, very good evening. All right. Next says that 44th International Trade Fair 2025 has taken place. I'll tell you what is the significance of it, how it has helped my MSME sector to grow, how it has helped my general audience to grow as well, right? Those people who are specifically enrolled in any of a particular businesses per se. So I'll tell you that how they are actually able to grow through this particular international trade affair. Yeah. Now, when I talk about this particular news, again telling you direct question can be asked in where that is specifically phase 1. Okay. So yes, it is actually very important. Next says that IMD initiative inaugurated by Union Minister, that is Dr. Jitendra Singh ji. Now, when I specifically talk about IMD initiative here, this is something which is specifically related to weather forecasting. Okay, so yes, this is also very important from the examination perspective. Basically, this is a kind of advanced technology. Now, government is going to use specifically for what purpose? For analyzing weather trend, for weather forecasting only, right? Then we are having labor codes. I know we are already done with labor codes, but now I'll tell you that how it is specifically the relationship between labor codes and export business, right? Very less individuals would be having an idea that how labor codes are actually going to give boost to trade also. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to decode here that how labor codes are specifically very helpful in catalyzing growth in India's export sector also. At last, we'll try to solve questions as well. Alright, before that, all of the new joinees here, this is the link of my Telegram channel, which is Economy with Payal. So every new joinee can join it. This is Economy with Payal. Now, the first news says that India's first global MRO facility of saffron, SAESC, has been inaugurated here, right? Now, when I talk about the entire facility, firstly, I'll give you the crux of the entire news here, then only I'll be going towards the slides also, right? Basically, when it comes on to the aviation sector and space sector, 1 or 2 projects have been initiated here, 1 or 2 projects have been launched by the government of India, right? Now, when I talk about this particular facilities here, always remember MRO facility has been provided. Now, what I told you before as well, this is maintenance, repair as well as overhaul also. If you people remember, in the starting I gave you one example as well. The example that I gave you was specifically related to the hospital kind of thing, right? So हम hospital जाते हैं अपना treatment करवाने, try to consider it as a super specialized hospital for aircrafts engines only, airplanes engines only. Now before this, what used to happen that we used to go outside for the repairing of our engines, right? And for that, the repair that takes, the repair that happens there, of course, we used to pay a lot of hefty money and that to foreign currency only. Now, what will happen if we bring the availability of this particular thing as in the super specialized hospital in India only? What will happen? We'll try to make very efficient, we'll try to bring very efficiency as well, right? We'll try to reduce the cost which is specifically associated with maintenance, with repair as well as overhaul as well, right? So this MRO facility is getting अवेलेबल हियर, राइट? जैसे कोई भी, अगर मैं ऐसे कोई भी हो सकता है कि बोइंग मैक्स का कोई अगर मैं एयरक्राफ्ट देखूं तो उसमें अगर कोई भी इंजन में दिक्कत है तो उसकी डीप मेंटेनेंस के लिए आई हैड टू गो आउटसाइड, and along with that I had to pay I had to pay hefty amount, that is foreign currency as well. Now if it is getting available in India only, of course I'll be able to reduce the cost, I'll be able to bring very efficiency in the entire work as well. Why it is very, why it is considered as a very big deal here, because this is first fully global, I would say, the availability, the MRO facility which is going to take place in India here. Again telling you, direct question in phase 1 can be asked, right? So direct question ke perspective se I want all of you here to just remember this particular news. Now when I talk about SIC here, this is Saffron Aircraft Engine Services India is going to be available. Why it is a very big deal? Because this is India's first global aircraft engine MRO facility. I told you what is MRO. This is maintenance, repair and overhaul facility here, right? Why it's a big deal? Again telling you why it's a big deal. Second reason of that, because before we used to go outside, we used to give them hefty money. Now we are bringing its availability in India only. So we are going to save money. So it is going to be equivalent to efficient as well as effective also. Okay. Now this is what is the news here. Along with that, second news is what? कि यहाँ पे Sky Root Aerospace Infinity campus is going to be here. And third news says that Vikram 1, India's first fully developed orbital, this rocket is going to take place here, right? So these are the three news that we are going to discuss. First news I've already told you, this is the second news and this is the third news. We'll focus later on second and third. The main focus is specifically on first news for now, right? Now I have told you already what is the crux of the entire news here, right? So location and infrastructure also plays a huge important role for making the availability of this particular facility. The area that is going to be covered here is just equivalent to 45,000 square meters here, and the budget is going to be 1,300 crores. That is just equivalent to 145 million US dollars. Along with that, the facilities which will be enabled here. I told you before as well that before the implementation of this particular thing, we used to go outside for its treatment, right? Now the treatment will all be done in India only. So yes, engine test cells will be available, diagnostic systems is going to be available, high precision repair tools is going to be available, component inspection unit is going to be available, and overall system is also going to be available here. So these are the facilities which we will be able to see in India only. The focus, I've already told you, for LEAP engines, the focus is going to be on MRO here, and the aircraft which it is going to support. I gave you one example of Max, this Boeing Max here, right? Boeing 737 Max and Airbus A320 Neo family as well. They can ask you a question that this particular facility is going to support how many aircrafts, right? They can give you one example. They can give you 5 options. Out of that, maybe you will be asked to choose one of the best answers here, right? So remember, Airbus A320 Neo family is the one, and Boeing 737 Max is also the one. So these two are actually very important. Now, when I talk about the servicing capacity, annual servicing capacity here, so it clearly says that we are having capacity up to 300 LEAP engines, and that too by 2035. You consider it as a target, you consider it as a capacity also, okay? Now, this is the significance. I've already told you. See, अगर बूस्ट करना है, अगर पैसा बचाना है, अगर आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनना है, तो हर एक फैसिलिटी इंडिया में भी अवेलेबल होनी चाहिए, है ना? तो यहाँ पे इंडिया में सर्विसेज को अवेलेबल करवाने के लिए आई हैव टेकन दिस पर्टिकुलर इनिशिएटिव, or say what will happen, I'll be able to achieve broader objectives, that is Atmanirbharta, okay? Atmanirbhar Bharat, developed a nation by 2047. It is actually going to create ripple effects in an economy as well. Now, if you people are already very aware about economy, so you people would be knowing that whatever happens in economy now, it is never actually very something which is actually very induced in manner. If it induced is a wrong word, this is not something which comes very solely, right? If there happens anything in an economy, it always comes up with an effect in an economy, right? जैसे अभी ये services आएंगी, so if there is an availability of such services, of course it is going to create ripple effects in an economy, right? Employment generation will be there. If employment generation is there, it means it is going to create money in an economy, money supply in an economy, right? If that would take place, living standard of people will also be increased. So this always creates ripple effect in an economy, and if that happens, of course a lot of investment will be attracted in future. So yes, this is what is the significance of it. Now, I am not specifically going towards the significance. I hope you people can go see these things very clearly by yourself only. Now, I have told you about the campus as well. The area is going to be 2 lakh square feet, and the functions are going to be rocket design, development, integration, testing, assembly and manufacturing as well. It is having capacity of the production of one orbital rocket per month. Next is about the Vikram orbital rocket as well. Now this is the third news, right? Why it is in news? Just because of these three news availability, right? So this says that Vikram 1 having such in the specifications as well. Height is just equivalent to 20 meters, diameter is 1.7 meters, payload capacity is just equivalent to 300 to 350 kilograms to low earth orbit, that is LEO. Okay, along with that, now it is having 4 stages per se. First to third stage includes solid fuel, and fourth stage is the upper stage, which includes what? That is liquid and hypergolic fuel as well, right? Then we are having this technology features as well, which are available in it. Now this engine is having this 3D printed engines here, carbon composite body it is having, advanced avionics is having here, and this is what is the significance of the from the market perspective as well. Now when Sindoor operation took place, what did happen? So जो हमारे ब्रह्मोस मिसाइल थी उसने बहुत ज़्यादा जो मार्केट है वो भी गेन करी थी, है ना? तो ये सिंदूर ऑपरेशन जो है पूरी इकोनॉमी के लिए, पूरी नेशन के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट था, बट इसके साथ साथ जो बहुत नंबर ऑफ डील्स थी वो भी अट्रैक्टेड. Similar is the case here as well, right? I'm not at all going in a parallel manner here, but I've taken this particular example just to make you understand about it, right? What I told you is a specifically given example of Sindhu so that you better understand it, right? तो उस टाइम पे जो ब्रह्मोस मिसाइल थी उसको लेके भी हमारे पास काफी अग्रीमेंट्स आए थे, काफी ज्यादा जो रिलेशंस थी that were continuously getting built, right? Now if I specifically talk about it, of course the target is what? That is small satellite launch market here. So yes, it is also associated with the proper market linkage as well. So I hope you people got an idea about the entire news here. Alright, next says that basic animal husbandry statistics 2025 has been released. Now again telling you, if you people get a question on maybe agricultural lead activities first, just wait a minute. If you people ever get a question on maybe agriculture and lead activities, this particular aspect is all dealing with the livestock per se, right? अब यहाँ पे मिल्क का स्टेटस क्या है इंडिया का, हमारा जो बाकी एस्पेक्ट्स है उनका स्टेटस क्या है, it is actually going to give you clear clarity on that. The occasion has been National Milk Day only, which has been celebrated on 26th of November 2025. So mark it. They can ask you this as well. When do we celebrate Milk Day? That is 26th of November 2020, like 26th of November in general, right? So they can ask you this option as well. मिल्क डे है तो 26 नवंबर को होगा, ठीक है, याद रखना. Along with that, the venue has been New Delhi only. Publication has been annual basic animal husbandry statistics, which is BAHS 2025. Now when I talk about this BAHS 2025, remember it is all associated with the animal husbandry as well as dairying also, ठीक है. If it is associated with it, the categories of products which are going to be included will be associated with it only, right? जैसे milk हो गया, फिर उसके बाद meat हो गया, eggs हो गया, है ना? तो these are the things which are going to be part of it: milk, eggs, meat, and wool. What is the data source? That is all on the basis of integrated sample survey. The period has been 1st March 2024 से लेके 29th February 2025 तक, and this entire data is actually important here. Along with that, this specifically says that out of this dairy products here, na, let's first start with milk, right? So milk industry says that we are having national, this position here. India has been ranked first globally in the milk production. That is specifically success of India. The total production capacity has been 247.87 metric tons. Previous year, it used to be 239. Now this year, it has been increased, right? The growth has been just equivalent to 3.58% year on year. Along with that, this is the per capita availability here, right? Now you can clearly see in 2014 to 2015, it used to be present at what, that is 319 grams per day. And now in 24-25, it has been increased. That is just equivalent to 785 grams per day, right? So these are actually very important. This entire information is actually very important from the examination perspective. Along with that, they can ask you direct question in phase 1. They can ask you that which state is the one which is high in producing milk. Which is that? That is specifically Uttar Pradesh. What is the percentage here? That is 15.66%. Rajasthan is the second one here, that is just equivalent to 14.82%. Third one is Madhya Pradesh, 9.12%, followed by Gujarat, Maharashtra, and combined share is just equivalent to 54.09%. Again telling you, every information here is exactly very important because I've tried to compile data in that way only. Egg production now. Now we have been ranked second globally in egg production. Remember that, okay? Milk mein we've been ranked first. Egg production mein we've been ranked second here, okay? The production capacity is just equivalent to 149.11 billion eggs. The growth has been 3.18% year on year, and this is what is the per capita availability of it, right? Which states are the ones which are top performing states here? So the first one is Andhra Pradesh, followed by Tamil Nadu, Telangana, West Bengal, Karnataka, as well as combined as well, right? So this is what is the entire perspective behind it. Third C is meat production. Ab meat production mein we have been ranking 4th globally in meat production here. Along with that, this also says कि जो हमारा production data है या फिर जो process है, it is just equivalent to what? Total production is just equivalent to 10.50 metric tons, and the poultry meat production is just equivalent to 5.15 metric tons. That is just equivalent to 50% of the entire total part. Now, what if they ask you that which state is the one which is first, which is high in producing meat here? That is specifically 12.46%. That is specifically West Bengal here. It is followed by Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and combined share as well. So I hope you people got a clarity here. Similar is the case with wool as well. The production data says that the total wool production capacity is just equivalent to 34.57 million million per kg. Along with that, this says that the growth has been there, right? 2.63 year on year growth is also there. Top wool producing states are what? That is specifically Rajasthan with a percentage of 47.85%, followed by Jammu Kashmir, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh, and combined share is also one of the major parts of it, right? Alright, so this is the entire news associated with it. Again telling you how you people are going to use it. Entirely important from the perspective of phase 1 only. ठीक है, अगर मिल्क वगैरह के ऊपर अगर कभी क्वेश्चन phase 2 में पूछा जाएगा या फिर अगर लाइफ स्टॉक के ऊपर अगर क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है, so you can mention this that as per this particular data, this is the data which it says, right? Otherwise, not at all important from phase 2 perspective, but yes, important from phase 1 perspective here. All right, anyone having any doubt till now? All right. So we're moving with the third news here, that is specifically equivalent to 44th India International Trade Fair 2025. Now, when I talk about this particular trade fair, this is just equivalent to something which exactly helps my merchants हो गए, MSME sector हो गए, just small entrepreneurs है. This is a kind of fair that helps them to grow, that helps them to showcase their products, right? So it's a kind of 2-week long, maybe a kind of festival that has taken place, which includes, shopping, material here, which includes business conference here, and which, includes the uniqueness of their product as well. So this is what is the entire news here. It has recently happened in New Delhi, and why it is important from an examination perspective to get to know how MSME sectors are growing using this particular formula only. Because see what happens, various organizations, various people from various organizations comes and see that particular event, and whatever they like, maybe someone will be there who get a chance to maybe represent their product at a very global perspective as well. So no one knows about that, right? So what is the basic achievement? To represent ourselves, to represent the beauty of India, to represent the efforts of the producers here. So particularly the main focus is specifically on my MSME sector, small one, right? So that is what is the main focus that is going to be here. Now it clearly says that it has taken place from 14th to 27th of November 2025. The revenue, the venue has been Bharat Mandapam, Pragati Maidan, New Delhi only. Theme was actually very clear here, that is Ek Bharat, Shreshth Bharat, right? So one India, which is actually very capable in nature, okay? Theme, I've already told you, organization is ITPO and Ministry of Commerce Industry as well. So this is what is the entire news here. Along with that, when I talk about the participation as well as states here, so always remember the overall participation has been what? 3,500 plus exhibitors were there, right? And it involves a lot of small and maybe MSME or individuals as well. So yes, it has helped them. Along with that, foreign participation includes 12 countries, which includes China, Egypt, Iran, South Korea, Thailand, as well as UAE also, right? Now, we are having 4 of the partner states as well. Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Bihar is also the one. Where, like, which state was the one which was the main area, which was the focus area in that particular event here? That is specifically Jharkhand. So this is what you people need to remember. Now, this is about the key pavilion here, but this is less important. The more important is from the perspective of this awards itself. Now, when I talk about the awards here, the partner state category has been, the first says that the gold award has been given to Rajasthan, silver award has been given to Bihar here, bronze has been given to Uttar Pradesh, and special commendation has been given to Maharashtra here. The focus state category includes Jharkhand here, right? So this is something which you people need to remember. Along with that, when I take into the second category here, which is of states and UTs category, first has been given to Odisha, and second has been given to silver, third is specifically bronze, and fourth, that is commendations specifically associated with Delhi, Goa, and Karnataka. The themes have been very unique in nature. When I talk about the thematic presentations, yes, award distribution has taken place here as well. It says gold has been given to Meghalaya, silver has been given to Kerala, bronze is associated with Andhra Pradesh. Commendations include Chhattisgarh, Arunachal Pradesh as well as Tripura also. Okay. Swachh Pavilion Awards has been, gold has been given to Haryana, silver has been given to Punjab, bronze Assam has been, Assam ko bronze has been given. And pavilion, when I talk about the foreign pavilions category here, so gold was given to someone who was a Thai SMEs Exporters Association that is specifically having relations with whom, that is Thailand here. Silver has been given to Dorna CE Damakran, Iran, and bronze have been given to Al Ravda General Trading LLC UAE. So this is what is the entire news associated with it. You can clearly see that various of the ministries are also part of it, and these are the broad categories which I've already told you. I think we are all done with the previous news as well. Okay. Next news says that IMD initiatives inaugurated by Union MOS Dr. Jitendra Singh. Now, before we go with the next one, you please let me know that do you have any doubt in the previous session? Do you have any doubt like in the previous news that we are already done with? Do you have any doubt in the previous one, the news that we have already done? No? All right. Okay, so this particular news says that IMD has initiatives have been taken that is specifically from the focus of what? Weather forecasting, right? You can clearly see here that there is inauguration of key IMD infrastructure initiatives here, which have been inaugurated by Dr. Jitendra Singh ji. What is the purpose? Basically, we want to give more boost to our infrastructure. What kind of infrastructure? That is specifically meteorological infrastructure here. Okay, this is one of the news that we are specifically focusing on. Uske saath saath, what I told you, we are specifically focusing on the weather forecasting also. We want to make our weather forecasting actually very robust in manner. Third says, promotion of renewable energy is also one of the important parts. Enhancing public the scientific engagement is also one of the important parts. Now, this Doppler weather radars are actually very, very interesting to know. When I talk about this Doppler, weather radars, Doppler, just try to consider it from the perspective of drops only, right? What happens that when I talk about the Doppler weather radars here, so basically they have used one technique here where they are going to give their signals, right? अब यहाँ से जो एनालिसिस है वो किससे करा जाएगा? ये जो पर्टिकुलर जो ड्रॉपलेट्स है, किसकी ड्रॉपलेट्स है? That is specifically the droplets of rain drops here, right? They are going to just see the echo of it. Okay, I'll simplify it more so that you people better understand it. Now, when I talk about this particular system which is written on your screen, DWR system here, right? That is Doppler weather radar system. So Doppler weather radar system basically करता क्या है? It actually sends out radio waves, okay? As and when it sends its radio waves and it tries to measure the echo of specifically what? That is the bounce back of radio drops. Raindrops here. Raindrops हो गए, hail हो गया, dust हो गया. They are actually going to see its echo. And echo say what they will be able to do, they will be able to check the location, they will be able to check the speed, they will be able to check the intensity of rain, storms as well as lightning as well, right? So they will be able to check through that particular echo only if heavy rain is taking place, if light rain is taking place, or else it is just drizzling only, right? So they will be able to analyze just from the echo of raindrops only, right? So just this is what is the significance of this Doppler weather radars here. That is the reason I told you. Devjyoti, I'm going to take it. Tomorrow is my class, right? So there was a gap of 2 days only. Of course, I'm going to take it. I'm specifically taking, GA sessions, na? So what happened? All right. So that is what is the significance, that is what is the uniqueness of this Doppler weather radar system also. This is so powerful and this is a high-tech kind of eye which is going to be kept on weather forecasting now, right? So they will be able to check if rainfall is taking place, if rainfall is going to come. Of course, is it going to be very heavy rainfall? Is it heavy rainfall? Is it normal one? Is it drizzling only, right? So this is what is going to be analyzed here. So functions, through these functions only, of course, we will be able to check further forecast as well, right? Now the facilities have been made available in Chhattisgarh, and if I don't know if people have heard about Mangalore or not, right? I'm not specifically talking about Bangalore. This is Mangalore, Mangaluru, that is specifically related in coastal areas of Karnataka, right? Bangalore अलग है, Mangaluru अलग है. We call it Mangaluru, Mangalore भी बोलते हैं. तो Mangalore में एक facility है, and Chhattisgarh में first this facility has been made available, right? Now the coverage is actually very interesting. Chhattisgarh, interior Odisha जो है, it is going to be covered here. Along with that, eastern Madhya Pradesh, southwest Jharkhand, and southern east Uttar Pradesh is going to be covered here. These are the areas only, right? Now, next one is what? That is Mangaluru. We call it Mangalore and we call it Mangaluru as well. This is M, right? Bengaluru nahi hai, Mangaluru hai. Mangaluru is specifically the coastal areas of Karnataka, right? The first IMD radar is going to be set up in Karnataka here. This includes Arabian Sea, coastal, Karnataka, Kerala, Goa, South Maharashtra, and the northern Lakshadweep as well. Because if you know the Karnataka area here, it is associated with Arabian Sea only, right? So that is what is going to be covered here. Monitoring capabilities kya hone wali hai? So it is going to analyze cyclones here, right? It is actually going to analyze the activities related to it, right? Thunderstorm, heavy rainfall, hailstorm, squalls, as well as turbulence as well. If you people remember, हाँ मतलब GA class था, but we were not able to take that, right? So of course I'll be taking tomorrow, right? Tuesday is going to be that. Okay, so you were confused from that perspective. I think I forgot to mention it in the Telegram channel just because I am sick. I'm having heavy cold and fever. So that was just the reason I was not able to take, but I'll take it tomorrow, right? I think I forgot to mention it in my Telegram channel as well. So sorry for that. But yes, tomorrow we are actually going to have class, right? So I took one paid class in the morning and I was actually not able to take further classes just because of this heaviness here. And yes, I took medicine after that and now I'm okay. I'm better, far better than morning. Okay, all right. So I told you that, you people know that recently there was a lot of cyclone, these activities that have taken place. You people know already that what was the phase of monsoon this time, right? So just watching those activities only, we have taken this step, that is monitoring part itself, right? Now, when I talk about the museum part here, the focus is going to be what? That is specifically meteorological museum has taken place in the Mausam Bhavan, New Delhi. The purpose is actually very clear here, to tell students, to tell young learners about about the entire perspective. The theme here is IMD's 150-year journey, and it is actually going to include historic weather instruments, radar and satellite components, upper air observation, communication tools, interactive AV learning facilities also. This is less important from the examination perspective, but yes, this news is actually very important, right? This news is actually very important here. Then we are having the solar power system as well. The technical specifications have been written here. The components are going to be included at 1315 solar panels, and the implementing agency is going to be National Buildings Construction Corporation, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, right? So this is what is the entire news related to it. Next news says that 8.2% of GDP has been counted in Q2 of financial year 26. Entirely important from phase 1, plus you can use it for phase 2 as well. If you people get a question on economic growth, right? अगर आपको economic growth के ऊपर question जो है वो पूछा जाता है, because this is part of your syllabus, this is part of your static portion as well, right? If you people get a question on economic growth, yes, you people need to mention it as an example there, that yes, recently, this is the recent data of economic growth, because growth all deals with what? That is numbers only, right? Growth all deals with numbers only. So yes, from the numbers perspective, it is actually very important, right? And this is this particular news specifically, so don't get bored here. This news is specifically on the basis of numbers only, right? So you people need to remember it. Even I can't do anything with it. This particular news includes less explanation, but yes, more understanding part itself. तो यहाँ पे अगर मैं 8.2% की बात करूँ, तो जो हमारा रियल जीडीपी ग्रोथ है, that is just equivalent to 8.2% now. In the first half of financial year 2026, GDP growth has been 8%. That is what is good part here. On this perspective only, entirely phase 1 में one question can be asked. When I talk about CPI inflation, so these are the reasons behind it. Why do we consider that there is this much growth this time? Because of increase in the decrease in the prices of these goods and services here. That is just equivalent to CPI inflation, right? That is just equivalent to what? 0.25%, lowest in the current CPI series here. IIP growth is also here, that is 4.0%, and manufacturing has been 4.8%. Now we are having growth in manufacturing sector. The credit all goes to whom? That is PLI initiative only, which is production linked initiative, incentive here. PLI initiative says you produce more, I'll pay you more, right? This is on the basis of this particular funda. आप जितना produce करोगे, I'll keep on paying you more money. This data is also very important, that is LFPR data. If you people have made notes of your employment part, of course your employment notes are all they are not complete without the availability of this LFPR data, right? You people need to mention it. You people need to specifically mention about the sector, this gender data as well. Now this says that it is just equivalent to 55.4%. It is 6-month high. It means employment generation in an economy is taking place. It means women is also contributing. This specifically mentions it. Cumulative exports includes 4.84%. There is CPI decline as well. This is 119 basis points as compared to whom? That is specifically September 2025 year, right? Along with that, when I talk about India's part here, we are having our position, that is 4th largest global economy. Now we are projected to become 3rd largest economy by 2030 as well. But then the question arises that while we are actually 4th largest economy, the contribution is actually not on an equivalent basis, right? The more clarity of equivalent basis of contribution gets from the perspective of per capita income itself. So yes, this is also the reality. Although we become 3rd largest economy, that is actually a very robust thing to consider. But along with that, equivalent kind of contribution needs to be done, right? Uske saath saath, estimated GDP by 2030 is just going to be $7.3 trillion. What are the drivers? Specifically, transfer, the structural reforms that is taking place, the amount of investment that is being taken by the government here. उसके साथ साथ kind of projects that has been taken by the government here, right? So these many initiatives actually matters. Quarterly growth क्या है? Quarter 2nd of financial year 26, real growth is just equivalent to 8.2%. Quarter 1, used to be this 7.8 percentage here. Nominal GDP here is just equivalent to 8.7 percentage. Here I'm not going to tell you real GDP and nominal GDP difference again. I hope that you people already have clarity of it. This is part of your static portion. So get your basics clear if you're still not clear about the difference between real GDP and nominal GDP, right? Because there is a fun of reading these current affairs only if you have understanding of the static portion. So get your basics clear first and then only start coming here with the current affairs also. अगर नहीं भी है तो अभी जाके real GDP और nominal GDP का difference clear कीजिए और उसके बाद इस data को properly पढ़िए, ठीक है? Now when I talk about the sectoral growth here, this clearly says that primary sector, secondary sector as well as tertiary sectors are also having robust growth. Primary sector just equivalent to 3.1 percentage, 8.1 percentage and 9.2 percentage. High contribution has been made by the tertiary sector here, and the least contribution has been made by the primary sector here. So we need to give it a boost. Okay, this is also the truth here. अगर मैं half yearly की बात करूँ, so yes, this is the data that is more important. Real GDP 8 percentage. If I try to compare it with the first half, that is 6.1 percentage only. Then we are having CPI this data here. CPI inflation is just 0.25 percentage here, and the drivers have been decline in the prices of goods and services, mainly in oils, vegetables, fruits, eggs, cereals, GST rate cuts as well. WPI specifically is 1.21 percentage. That too is in negative. Why? Because there is lower prices of foods, crude, electricity, mineral oils as well as metals also. So yes, this is the reality here. And when I talk about IIP here, this clearly says that it is growing. It is just equivalent to 4.0 percentage. So this is the data which is specifically related to it. I told you that manufacturing sector is actually growing. Thanks goes to whom? That is PLI initiative, that is Production Linked Incentive Initiative. I hope you people remember what is Production Linked Incentive Scheme. Production Linked Incentive Scheme says that I'm going to set one base here. I'm going to compare your production with the base year only, right? For example, base year is, I'm taking hypothetical example only, right? This is 25-26 for say, right? And next year in 26-27, the production has been increased by 10 units for say. So on these 10 units, incentives will be given by that particular government, right? So government says more production, more incentives to that company, okay? So yes, it is actually very fascinating, right? And this is the data of LFPR. I've already given you this data. APFO trends is also going on. It means social security is getting insured. And Naukri jobs peak index is also here. If you people want, you can just go through this particular one, right? Along with that, it talks about the initiative that has been initiated by the government of India. Now, I've mentioned few only. If you want, you can mention, many by yourself as well, right? You can mention recent initiatives as well. जैसे अगर मैं recently employment linked incentive की बात करूँ, तो that can also be mentioned here, right? So this is the mention that I've made here. Along with that, this is the data on specifically exports as well. This has been $491.80 billion. Growth is just equivalent to 4.84 percentage here. Along with that, this talks about the merchandise exports as well. Yes, in merchandise, it has increased by 0.63 percentage. Although services are performing best, but yes, merchandise are also performing here, right? They can ask you that as per this particular report, which are the key markets here? So Spain, major market that has been increased 40.74 percentage, followed by China, Hong Kong, USA as well as UAE also. Okay. Now these are the top performing sectors as well. Yes, a question can be asked. You less focus on each and every one, but even if you just remember one only, that was more than way more than sufficient. Very less question are getting asked on it. हाँ, अगर कोई बहुत ज़्यादा जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा achievement है, तभी question जो है वो basically पूछे जाते हैं. ठीक है. Now this is all about the initiatives only that has been initiated. I request you all to just go and see it by yourself also. This is about GST 2.0. बहुत बार मैंने GST 2.0 के बारे में बताया है कि देखो GST 2.0 के कारण, yes, this is also the truth that GST collections में there is an increase. UPI में there is an increase, transaction में UPI transactions में there is an increase here, right? So yes, that also matters, right? Now these are the growth projections, super important from examination perspective, right? If you people remember, आपकी RBI grade जो आपका RBI phase 1 है, अभी recently questions पूछे गए थे, NABARD में भी जो question है वो पूछा जा सकता है, right? अगर मैं यहाँ पे domestic production की, अगर मैं domestic forecasting की बात करूँ, so RBI has given the forecasting of 6.8 percentage. Previously it was 6.5 percentage. Now it has been revised just equivalent to 6.8 percentage. Whereas if I try to compare it with the international organization, this is just equivalent to World Bank 6.5%, Moody 6.4%, IMF 6.6%, and specifically OECD 6.7% for 2025, and S&P 6.5% 2026, and for 2027 6.7%. Again, telling you super important. Just take a screenshot of this particular entire data and just keep it with yourself, right? The entire data is actually very important. Remembering every percentage here is actually very important. Okay, we are done with this also. Next, it says that labor codes, are actually, when I talk about the labor codes here, they are now implemented, right? Labor codes हमने पहले भी पढ़े, हम static portion में इनको पहले भी पढ़ते हैं. But now the comparison has been very unique in a manner. If you people remember, yesterday I shared with all of you one article on my Telegram channel that was specifically on labor codes. And there was one article available in the PIB also. So that is the reason that I've taken it, right? The relationship has been very interesting in manner. It completely says that labor codes are catalyzing a worth of catalyzing growth in the India's export sector as well. Matlab, after the implementation of labor codes, we'll see that there is increase in exports also. So we need to check that how it is actually going to take place, या फिर how it is actually possible also, right? Because अगर मैं labor codes की बात करूँ, मैंने बहुत बार ये चीज बोली है कि labor codes are all equivalent to giving security, right? Social security, to the people here, specifically unorganized sector also. But the relationship is actually very unique in nature. Now, if you people remember, there's been a definition given about the wages as well, right? This is clearly written on your screen. Now, in these labor codes, one uniform definition of wages has been given. What used to happen previously? The wages definition used to be very confusing in manner. So it used to create one obstacle in between in understanding it itself, right? So जब uniform या फिर अगर मैं जब organized unorganized sector की बात करती हूँ या फिर organized sector की भी बात करती हूँ, ठीक है, दोनों में तो help करेगा ही करेगा, but further it is divided into sectors also. It clearly says it is actually going to make the export countries who need fast, flexible, and maybe compliant with the international standards also. So now these labor codes are actually going to make them implement that as well, and that to meeting international standards as well. Now, few things have been done in a very perfect manner. What used to be the problem? The first one is written here only, that is confusing wages, right? Now, the definition has been very clear here. The definition has been very single, clear way definition has been given for the calculation of wages, right? So it is not at all varying here. Now, everything is going to be included here. Now, remember how it is going to help. Remember how it is going to help. It is actually going to save time, money also, right? So the hectic process has been removed and the process has been very simplified in nature now. Next, it includes the hiring process also. The first thing that has been done is about wages. Second is about the hiring here. Hiring has also been fixed term employment has been ensured here. Previously, it actually used to be very hectic process. Previously, the hiring used to be very rigid in nature, but now it has been very fixed term employment perspective. So this is FTE only, which allows hiring for a specific project, session, and maybe with the full benefits here. Remember, there is introduction of gig and platform workers here. So yes, flexibility has been given here as well. If they want to have recruitment of extra staff, yes, they can go for that, right? Next, what is mentioned here specifically, too many rules. Previously, what used to happen? There were too many rules, there were too many acts also. So one individual used to stuck in that web only. कि अच्छा ये rule है, अगर ये rule है तो उसको contradictory दूसरा rule है ना? अगर ये rule है तो yes, this rule is getting contradicted by another rule. So there used to be a lot of acts, there used to be a lot of rules here. Now the entire registration process have been very simplified in nature. And the fourth on your screen clearly says that Inspector Raj now has been removed. It has been replaced by whom? That is Inspector cum Facilitator. Now, Inspector cum Facilitator means what? This specifically says, if you're having any confusion, just try to consider me as your helper only. I'm going to come here and I'm going to help you here, right? Previously, when there used to be Inspector Raj, what used to happen? A lot of fear, right? People used to come less here. Why? Now, when I talk about the Inspector cum Facilitator, it is actually going to increase ease of doing business. It is actually going to bring ease of doing business in India. So this is how it is actually going to give boost to who? That is the trade part here. So these are the major parts which is going to be included, right? बाकी सब चीजें मैंने आपको बता दी. एक्सपोर्ट ओरिएंटेड इंडस्ट्रीज, देखो हमने क्यों बात करी स्पेसिफिकली किससे, किस पर्सपेक्टिव से? देखो, इफ यू सी द एंटायर पर्सपेक्टिव हियर, एक्सपोर्ट सेक्टर, एक्सपोर्ट में भी विच इज मेजरली कंट्रीब्यूटिंग, अगर आप लुधियाना इंडस्ट्री देखोगे, अगर आप बाकी टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज देखोगे, सो वी आर रिच इन दैट, राइट? इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इज ऑल्सो परफॉर्मिंग वेल, जेम्स में भी वी आर गुड, राइट? लेदर, गारमेंट्स, टेक्सटाइल्स हो गए, वी आर गुड देयर, राइट? So we do not want a heavy loss just because of these things only, right? Just because of the structural changes which is taking place in the economy. So we've simplified the process so that more hiring, better information can be provided here. And we know we are rich in these sectors, right? Employment opportunities are rich in these sectors as well. So we want to maintain that. We do not want these to get segregated. We want them to stay there for a longer period of time. Now the integration of labor laws says, sorry. Now the integration of labor laws completely says that previously it used to be 29 laws. Now it has been consolidated in 4 labor codes only, right? The focus is actually very clear here. I want to protect my unorganized workers space. I'm not saying that I'm ignoring organized sectors. Yes, I'm including them, but the main focus is specifically on the unorganized sector workers also. Okay, this is what is the main focus here. Wage reforms, I already told you one definition, perfect definition has been made. There is a perfect clarity on these definitions: national floor wage, minimum wage rationalization, digital wage payments, and equal remuneration as well. If you're the one who has missed out these information, who have missed out the explanation on these 4 labor codes, I request you all to see my previous videos of regular PIB of last week only. In one of 2 videos, I've specifically mentioned about those 4 labor codes. I've tried to explain that very extensively, right? I've already told you about the fixed term employment, layoff and retrenchment threshold has been raised now. It has been raised to 300 workers. Flexible working hours have been kept. Overtime facilities have been given to women as well. Seasonal peak demand management has also been there. Okay, now this is the simplified of the compliance as well as the ease of doing business has also been ensured. Single registration hai, multiple registrations have been completely removed. Multiple acts have been completely removed. Inspector cum facilitator. Now this is implemented. Previously, it used to be Inspector Raj. Now that has been completely removed. Third-party audit certification, proper safety compliance has been ensured here. And this is about the compounding of the offences as well, right? This talks about the first-time offences and the fine imprisonment offences also. Now these are the material that we have already done. Now this talks about the social security and worker protection also. Women force participation, I've told you that this is somehow try to increase that, right? And contract labor and migrant workers is also something which I've already told you, so I'm not specifically going towards it again and again. But what I wanted to tell you is specifically about that how relationship can be made with the exports also. That was what is the focus of this particular news. Now the question says, how many earlier labor laws have been consolidated into 4 labor codes? Is it 12, 18, 24, 29, if it's 31? 12, 18, 24, 29, if it's 31. Come on, be very quick. 29. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. Okay, good. So 29 laws used to be, now they are actually consolidated into 4 only. Next is the uniform definition of wages. Under the labor codes primarily helps in ensuring uniformity in which areas? Corporate taxes and GST, social security contribution, export duty payments, EPFO audit cycles, या फिर SEZ special economic zones, performance indicators. All right. Anyone here? Good. So B exactly is the correct answer. Very good. Alright, next is the newly installed Doppler weather radars are located in which 2 cities? Bengaluru, Chennai, Raipur, Bengaluru, Kochi, Surat, Nagpur, Jaipur, या फिर Delhi, Mumbai. Good, 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 very good. B exactly is the correct answer. All right. So thank you so much for joining the session. I hope each and every news that have been discussed today is crystal clear to all of you. And now we are going to meet tomorrow at the same time. And having any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Otherwise, I'm going to end it. And tomorrow we are having that GA section as well, right? On Tuesday, we are going to have that GA section as well. And so sorry for the delay here. Actually, I was not able to take just because I'm not well, and that was just the reason, right? All right. Thank you so much, Shraddha. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Take